someone you want to be just like? Maybe you want to be like your mom or dad, maybe an older sister or brother. Some people want to be like their friends. The people we allow to influence us are very important to us. We should want to be like people who are like Jesus. In today's Bible story, there was someone who wanted to be just like the prophet Elijah. You remember him. He was the one who told King Ahab that there would be a drought in Israel. We will hear more about him soon, but first, you guessed it, let's review our Bible verse. Do you remember it? Let's say it with me. Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 and 5. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 and 5. Now let's say it again using our hand motions. Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 and 5. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. Deuteronomy 6, verses 4 and 5. Elijah did his best to love God with all his heart, soul, and might. That's why his friend Elisha wanted to be just like him. Today's Bible story is from 2 Kings chapter 2. Elijah was a powerful prophet to Israel, but God had a plan for another man to be a prophet after Elijah, and his name was Elisha. Elisha followed Elijah and served him for several years. When the time came for the Lord to take Elijah up to heaven, Elisha did not want to leave Elijah. Elijah said, "Elisha, stay here. The Lord is sending me to Bethel." But Elisha said, "As long as you are alive, I will not leave you." So they left Gilgal and traveled together to Bethel. While in Bethel, a group of prophets who lived there asked Elisha, "Do you know that today the Lord is going to take your master away?" Elisha answered, "Yes, I know." At Bethel, Elijah said, "Elisha, stay here. The Lord is sending me to Jericho." But Elisha said, "As long as you are alive, I will not leave you." So they went together to Jericho. Once in Jericho, Elijah told Elisha, "Stay here. The Lord is calling me to the Jordan River." Once again, Elisha replied, "As long as you live, I will not leave you." So they went together to the Jordan River. The crowd of prophets watched Elijah and Elisha as they stood by the river. Elijah rolled up his cloak and hit the water with it. The river parted and they crossed to the other side. Elijah asked, "Is there anything I can do for you before I go?" Elisha said, "I want a double portion of the Spirit you have." Elijah said, "If you see me go, you will have it." Suddenly, a chariot of fire with horses appeared and drove between them. Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind. God gave Elisha the same spirit that was in Elijah, so Elisha could carry out his mission as a prophet. Years later, Jesus came back to earth, and when he went back to heaven, he gave his believers the Holy Spirit. If you are a Christian, then you have the Holy Spirit with you today. The Holy Spirit will help us to be more like Jesus.